Many thanks for joining us on the newsroom. I am Abisola Adebayo. The presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Peter Obi, says that his administration will create an enabling environment for youths to thrive. The former Anambra State governor made this known on Tuesday when he met with university students in Uyo, the Akwa Ibom state capital. Obi, who made reference to some of the biggest tech companies like Facebook and Google, which were created by students, promised to create room for such a feat by providing loans and grants for small and medium-scale businesses formed by students if elected in 2023. The death toll in the cholera outbreak in Ekureku community in Abi local government area of Cross River State has risen from 20 recorded on Saturday to 51 on Monday. This was disclosed by the clan head of the community, Bernard Egbe, during a visit by the governorship candidate of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, in the state, Sandy Ono, who was in the community to commiserate with the members. The clan head, who described the situation as unfortunate, said 4 of the victims infected with the disease are in critical condition, with many receiving treatment at various health facilities in the area, adding that there's been support from WHO, UNICEF, and some officials from the state government. The federal government has lamented the acute shortage of health professionals in government hospitals and tertiary health institutions due to the increasing migration syndrome. The Minister of State for Health, Ekumankama Nkama, said this while speaking at the inauguration of some intensive care units and labor wards at the Lagos State University Teaching Hospital during the weekend. Nkama, who was represented by the Director, National Cancer Control Program of the Ministry, David Atul, said migration syndrome is adversely affecting health services as some wards are closed due to lack of personnel to man them, adding that the federal government is working very hard to ensure that exiting staff is replaced as soon as possible. Cities across China scrambled to install hospital beds and build fever screening clinics on Tuesday, mounting signs the coronavirus is buffeting the country's fragile health system. Health officials have also been playing down the possibility that the now predominant Omicron strain could evolve to become more virulent. China abruptly began dismantling its stringent zero-COVID regime of mass lockdowns in December, after protests against curbs that had largely kept the virus at bay for 3 years, but at significant cost to society and the world's second-largest economy. The World Bank has warned that the newly redesigned Naira, which went into circulation last week, may have a negative effect on economic activity, especially on poor Nigerians, due to its timing and short transition period. The Washington-based bank revealed this in a new report amid mixed reactions that have been trailing the newly redesigned notes. The Central Bank of Nigeria had last month unveiled new 1,500 and 200 Naira notes as part of measures to mop up excess cash in circulation, ransom payment for kidnapping, terrorism financing, counterfeiting, among others. The World Bank in its report, however, said the new policy would negatively affect small businesses, especially those who engage in day-to-day cash transactions. Ghana's labor unions have called for a nationwide strike starting from next week in protest against the inclusion of workers' pensions in a local debt swap program as part of the terms for an IMF credit. The unions met in Accra, the country's capital, on Monday, where they disclosed to newsmen about the action to compel the government to heed their demand. 2 weeks ago, the West African nation offered investors a domestic debt swap to ease a crunch in payments. However, labor unions refused to have pension funds included in the exchange. Argentina's World Cup team, led by Captain Lionel Messi, has returned home from Qatar ahead of a welcome home party in the nation's capital, Buenos Aires. Having beaten France on Sunday in one of the toughest finals, the winners will spend the night at the Argentine Football Association training complex. They will then head to the iconic Obelisk Monument for a tour of the Buenos Aires city center from midday on Tuesday, with millions of supporters expected out in the streets on what is now a public holiday. Well, that's all on the newsroom at this time. Many thanks for watching.